Today's episode will be complementary to the previous one, as I'd like to show you a couple of charts that were morphing during our days off recently, and I will put an emphasis on the most important one, so I hope you find it worthwhile. Alright, so let's get started. So let's have a look at US dollar currency index. That is one of the most important indicator of whether we are in a risk on or risk off environment. Right now, US dollar index has crossed the levels been seen before at 105 points, and right now is heading relentlessly to 110. And so it means that we are right now speeding up this exponential move, and another area of importance will be between 108 and 110. So DXY right now is pointing that we are in a risk on environment. When it comes to Euro USD chart, right now we are heading to a parity between Euro and US dollar. We are still about 2 cents, 2 or even 1 cent far from this parity being achieved, and it's very likely will drop down to 1.0. So in order to verify whether we are heading even downwards, more downwards, I would observe the reaction between this level of about 99 cents and $1, as there should take place a fight, a battle between bulls and bears, and which one will win we'll find out probably next week or in 2 weeks. On a VIX indicator, we are in a very interesting spot, as right now we are just touching this trend line that is pointing that we might be still on the verge of a rebound. So this trend line has been held about 4 times, and right now we may expect that some of the reaction will take place right here at 26 point levels. So will that be a downwards movement right around the corner on major US indexes? We'll find out in next days. In terms of TNX, that's 10-year Treasury note yield, right now we are firmly standing above 3 points. Right now we have rebounded from 2.78 levels that was recently been marked as a support, and we are trying to get back to 330-ish levels. Will we achieve it? Some of the candles that just appeared right here are pointing that there is a much of a strength. There are very strong candles being drawn here, so it's still possible to catch the top and even exceed it in next weeks. On micro NYSE FANG Plus Index Futures, we can find that we are holding this 200 weeks EMA. So it means there is a very good point to start another rally. However, we still haven't claimed this recent dip of that been marked of 4,485, and there might be still a kind of a shakeout to those levels. On RSI, we can find that we are forming a bottom. There was a double bottom on RSI on a weekly charts, and we might start to rally. But before that, there might be a shakeout, a little shakeout that may speed up a move upside. So on US 100 right now, this move upwards may be assumed as a bull trap, as we can find that there is no much of a confirmation of this rebound right here. Recently we found that this level has been met with a strong sell-off, so that means that that's a decisive power on the market right now. So this correction, there were very strong sell-offs, and right now that might be just a correction of another impulse, downward impulse. Similarly to US 100 behaves DJI. However, it maintains this 200 EMA more firmly, and right now also has nearly equaled with the bottoms from January of 2021. On a daily chart, we can find that we have gone lower, even lower, beyond those dips, so that might be an possible signal for us that this downward movement hasn't been ended up yet. And S&P 500, we can find that has touched 200 EMA, but there is not much of an anchors that been observed at these levels back in 2020. There's one candle which a week been maybe a little bit connected with this rebound at 3600s levels, but I do rather find to get bigger support on SPX at around 3300s levels that still might be on the way for this index. Now I'd like to jump to WTI, gold and Bitcoin as well. So in terms of WTI, we can find that we are rebounding from 200 EMA, and that's a signal for us that this momentum that has been just drawn right here should persist for a while. However, we still have a wall of the supply on the way of USD WTI, and I do expect this one to get no further than 107.4 and right afterwards start a slow reversal pattern. So for USD WTI, I do expect to get down to around 93 levels. In terms of XAU to USD, that is a gold spot to US dollar, we can find that we have stopped with this doji candles right here on the way to get downwards. The 1680s area is just waiting for the gold, and that's a matter of time and when gold will just get down to this area. We are not seeing any type of strength that may confirm that we might be really able to get through the recent wall of supply at around 1770s. So I do find at the best case for gold to get a little bit higher than we are right now after this doji been formed, but no further than 1764. Right now this price movement is not very convincing, and I do expect the shorts that have been taken to get loaded with cash after this short have been eventually getting down to around this area. However, we still have a chance to stop for a while at these levels, but as I find there is no very strong reaction to 1726, and I do find it's just a short period stop on the way to these levels. And as of last one, BTC USDT, that right now is suffering from some supply strength. We can find it right after this recent wall of resistance being smashed. We found another resistance at 20.5 thousand USD. So right now we are in a very big troubles, as this sell-off is looking like a possible reversal, even downside. So after this triangle been formed, and after this breakout, if we get down to the area of this pennant pattern, I do expect Bitcoin to slide even further down to the levels below 18,000. So Bitcoin right now is in not very good shape, but I wouldn't really bet for against this asset until we get down to this triangle, and from here it will be quite of a clear sign we are still on the way downwards. And that's it from today's episode. Thank you very much for watching. On Monday I will just introduce you the episode with the whole spectrum of content, so I hope we see each other there. So see you and have a great weekend.